Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
The last show of the next to the last season of the Jack Benny Show. This episode goes back to June 6th, 1954, as Jack heads out to Dallas by airplane. And as you might suspect, they adapted an old kind of routine.
Let's go out to Jack's home in Beverly Hills.
Have you got everything packed, Rochester?
I think so, Mr. Benny.
Plenty of shirts, socks, and underwear?
Uh-huh.
And you know, it gets kind of hot in Texas this time of year, so I hope you pack my white formal dinner jacket.
Oh, you can't take that white jacket. It's got blood on it.
Blood?
Yeah, it hasn't been clean since you played at the opening of that meat market.
That's right, I did play my violin there. But wait a minute, I wasn't anywhere near the meat counter. I couldn't have gotten blood on it.
Boss, that's yours.
Oh, yes, smart Alec Butcher. Thinks he's a critic. What does he know about the violin anyway? I played very well. What are you laughing at?
That was the first time I ever saw pig's feet walk out by themselves.
Oh, stop being so smart and finish my packing.
Yes, sir.
By the way, Rochester, there's the door. I'll get it. Gee, it'll be nice appearing in theaters again, playing to all those smiling pork chops. Faces. Gotta stop working those meat markets. Coming.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. Come on in.
Okay.
I'll leave the door open. Everybody will be dropping in to say goodbye.
Say, Jack, the reason I came over a little early is that I wanted to ask you to do me a favor.
Certainly. What is it?
Well, you know, Dallas has one of the finest department stores in the country, Neiman Marcus.
Uh-huh.
And I'd like you to go over there for me.
Well, I'll be glad to. What do you want me to buy for you?
Nothing. Just see if they have an opening in the stocking department.
Wait a minute. You mean you can't get your old summer job back at the May Company?
Yes, Jack, but I thought if I worked down in Dallas, I might meet one of those oil millionaires and marry him.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. If you'd become some guy's wife just because he has money, why don't you marry me?
Jack, I don't want to just look at it. I want to spend it.
Oh. Well, I hope the Texas climate agrees with you.
Say, Jack, who's going to Texas with you?
Oh, I got a great show, Mary. There's the Will Maston Trio starring Sammy Davis Jr. and Giselle McKenzie, one of the stars of the Hit Parade. A lot of other great acts. And after Dallas, I go to Portland, Vancouver, and Seattle. I'll be gone 6 weeks altogether.
Gee, that's a long time.
Yeah.
While you're gone, will it be all right if I come over and use your swimming pool?
Certainly, anytime you want. Not only that, but Rochester will be here in case you want anything to eat or drink.
Good, and I'll be able to charge it now that I belong to the Diners Club.
Mary, why don't you once let me make a generous gesture without...
Anybody home?
Yeah, in here, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Come here, Mary. I got a big kiss for you. Well, goodbye, Mary. Have a pleasant trip.
Dennis, what's wrong with you? I'm the one who's taking the trip. I'm the one you should be saying goodbye to.
Okay, but we'll just shake hands.
Of course we'll just shake hands. Whatever gave you the idea that I'd kiss you?
I thought you might try to make Mary jealous.
You know, Dennis, you're the only kid I know whose parents run away from home.
Dennis, don't annoy him today. He's all excited about his trip to Texas.
You know, Mary, Mr. Benny isn't the only one who's going to do personal appearances this summer.
What do you mean?
Well, on June 8th, I'm opening at the Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas.
I didn't know that, Dennis. Did you make a good deal?
I'll say they're paying me more money than you ever made.
Look, kid, everybody knows that Las Vegas pays entertainers a lots of money. I've had offers to go there, too. And I dare say for more money than you'll be getting. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Mary, tell him that last offer I got from the Flamingo Hotel.
50 cents a bundle, rough dry.
Rough dry. Mary, that wasn't a bit funny.
I thought it had an element of humor.
Oh, you did, eh? Well, Dennis, do me a favor.
And sing my song.
Yes.
That has an element
Never
of...
mind. Just sing the song.
And while Dennis sings an Irish tune, we'll take a break. June 6, 1954, Jack Benny on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to Medi-Share for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And Medi-Share's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. Medi-Share is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it, find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Dennis has finished singing, so let's get back to the Jack Benny Show as Jack heads for Dallas, June 6, 1954.
Dennis, I don't know, you drive me nuts when you speak, but when you sing, you not only have a nice voice, but you do such clever things with lyrics.
You're just wasting your time with those compliments. We're still just going to shake hands.
Dennis, leave me alone, will you? I've got to pack.
Okay, I'm going in the other room and listen to the radio.
Good.
Oh, Mr. Benny.
Yes, Rochester?
I've got everything packed, but I can't find your briefcase with all your papers and notes for your personal appearance.
Well, didn't I bring it home after my last broadcast? Oh, for heaven's sake, now I remember. I left it at CBS. I better call and make sure they send it to me.
Hello, CBS, the star's address. What? Well, I'll see if I can get it. Hold on, please. Who was that, Gertrude? Mr. Benny. He forgot his briefcase here, and he wants I should call the Lost and Found department and see if it's there.
Well, it's lucky he didn't ask me. I'm never going to do anything for him again.
See, Mabel, I didn't know you were mad at Mr. Benny.
Yeah, I had a birthday last week, and you should see the lousy present he gave me.
I thought it was a nice present. A genuine alligator leather handbag.
It was imitation. You, he can fool with that genuine stuff. Me, he can't.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting you used to wrestle alligators for a living.
Yeah. Remember how I drove the panel nuts on What's My Line?
I got no grudge against Jackie. He's been very nice to me. In fact, last Friday he called me and invited me to a masquerade party on Saturday.
Did you go with him?
Yeah, I went as Charlie Chaplin. I put on baggy pants and a derby and painted a mustache on me.
You painted a mustache?
Yeah.
It's a shame he didn't let you know a little sooner. You could have grown one.
Look who's talking. Crazy Legs Mabel.
Gertrude, I can't understand you. Why should you waste your time on a man like Jack Benny?
Because he can do me good. He has a lot of influence in Hollywood. After all, it was him who got me the part in that movie.
Some part. An octopus in the sea around us.
You're just jealous because he happened... Hello?
Gertrude, what's taking so long?
I'm sorry, Mr. Benny, but I keep getting a busy signal at the Lost and Found department.
Well, Gertrude, keep trying. When you get him, please ring me back.
Yes, sir.
Did you get it, Jack?
No, the Lost and Found department line was busy.
Well, why don't you stay on the line with Gertrude till you got the number?
Look, Mary, I don't want to bother her needlessly. She's got enough work. You know, she's only got 2 arms, you know.
That's funny. I saw her in a picture and she had 8.
That was just makeup. She was the same makeup man, you know, that Lon Chaney had.
Hello, is anybody home?
Why, Mr. Kitzel! Yeah. Mr. Kitzel, I wasn't expecting you.
The door was open, so I took the liberty.
Oh, I'm glad you found time to come over and say goodbye to me.
Oh, I even brought you a little farewell present, a cake my wife baked. Here.
Oh, isn't that cute, a cake? On the top it says, Bon Voyage.
This I wrote myself. If you look at the O's in Bon Voyage, you'll see that they are bagels.
Well, I'll be darned. Thank you very much, Mr. Kitzel.
You know, Mr. Kitzel, I haven't seen you for such a long time, and you look just wonderful. So healthy and tanned.
Yeah, this is because of my new job. This summer, I'm a lifeguard by the beach.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's surprising. I thought you knew I was a lifeguard. Didn't Dennis Day told you?
No. How would Dennis Day told me? I mean, how would Dennis Day know that you're a lifeguard?
Well, last Saturday he came down with his mother and they went in the water and he started to drown. And I rescued him just when he was going down for the 16th time.
Dennis went down 16 times?
Yeah.
I thought a drowning person only went down 3 times.
Not when somebody is pushing you.
You mean his mother?
With the help of 2 total strangers.
Well, that figures.
Well, I got to be running along. I got to see my cousin who just arrived in town from the east.
Your cousin?
Yeah, haven't you heard? Fine Gold is here.
Yes. Well, goodbye, Mr. Kitzel.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Gosh, Mary, I wish they'd call me back about that briefcase. I'm really worried about it.
Was there any money in it?
No, I didn't have any. Say, that reminds me. I better get some money for my trip. Excuse me, Mary, I've got to go down to my vault.
Say, Jack. Jack.
What?
Can't I go with you just this once?
No, I'm sorry, Mary. Not that I mind, but you might startle my guard, Ed.
Why? Is Ed afraid of women?
It's not that he's afraid of them. He just doesn't know what they are. I mean, he's been down there so long, you know. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Gosh, look at those 3 sharks. They look so mean and hungry, like they haven't eaten in weeks. Oh, yes, they have. There used to be 4 sharks. It's kind of mean of me to put that Tabasco sauce on them. Well, I better get in the vault.
Halt. Who goes there, friend or foe?
Friend.
What's the password?
It's toasted.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny.
Yes, Ed.
How are things on the outside world?
Oh, fine, fine. It's summer now.
Summer?
Yep, and it'll soon be the 4th of July.
4th of July. Say, that's the day they're supposed to sign it.
They signed it. They signed it. All 13 of them. Now, excuse me, Ed. I have to open the safe.
Are you going to hypnotize me again?
No, Ed. You can watch. You can watch this time. Well, let's see. The combination is right to 45, left to 60, back to 15, then left to 110. There. There we are. I'll take this stack here. That ought to be enough money. Well, I'll see you later, Ed. I don't want to be late getting to the airport.
Airport?
Yes. Yes, Ed, I'm flying to Texas.
Flying?
Ed, what are you laughing at?
You and Ben Franklin.
Yes. Well, so long, Ed.
You know, Jack, Los Angeles Airport is one of the busiest in the world.
It sure is. Gosh, it's packed. Come on, let's go in.
What about your baggage, Mr. Benny?
Rochester is checking it through. Come on.
Flight number 17 now loading at Gate 5 for Anaheim, Azusa, and Cucamonga.
Gee, I should have brought a book along to read on the plane.
Well, they have books right here at the newsstand. I'll go over and get you a copy of The Caine Mutiny.
The Caine Mutiny?
Yeah, that turned out to be such a great picture that they wrote a book about it.
That's right, Dennis. They wrote the book after the picture. Yes, that's right.
Attention, please. Attention. Will the pilot of that helicopter please turn over? You're upside down and you're cutting the grass.
Well, I think I better go and buy my ticket.
Well, Jack!
Huh? Oh, hello, Don.
Jack, the sportsman, I came down here to say goodbye to you.
Oh, well, that's thoughtful of you.
Oh, gee, Jack, I envy you going to Texas. I enjoyed myself so much when I was down there last summer.
Oh, I didn't know you were down in Texas, Don.
Oh, yeah, spent a couple of weeks on my friend's ranch, a real big one. When I left, he had 10,000 head of cattle.
Gosh, that must be worth a fortune.
No, he just had the heads. I ate the rest.
Don, living desert. Sure.
Attention, please. Attention. Passengers who were supposed to arrive from Las Vegas on the DC-6 are coming in on two DC-3s. The pilot is making it the hard way.
Now, excuse me, Don. I better go get my ticket. See, while I'm at the ticket office, maybe I can arrange my flights to Portland, Vancouver, and Seattle on Western Airlines. Then I won't have to...
Hey, Jack.
Oh, Bob Crosby, hello. Gee, nice of you to come down and see me off.
Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't know you were leaving. I just came down to see Sammy the drummer off.
Sammy the drummer?
Yeah, he's going to Mayo Clinic.
Why? What's the matter with Sammy?
Well, nothing. They're just conducting experiments. They're trying to grow hair on his head.
Gosh, I didn't know that.
Why, certainly, Jack. Sammy goes there every summer in the interest of science. Now, last year, they tried about 20 hair tonics and oils and mixtures on Sammy's head, and one of them did stimulate a little growth.
Gee, which one was that?
Vigoro.
You mean Vigoro actually grew hair?
Well, it grew something. There was a picture of Sammy's head on the cover of Better Homes and Gardens.
Well, I certainly hope they do something for him.
The last show of the next to the last season of the Jack Benny program, June 6, 1954. We'll hear the conclusion in just a few moments when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of the Jack Benny Show, June 6, 1954.
Tell me, what are you going to do on your vacation, Bob?
Well, my wife June and I and the kids, we're going to spend a little time up at Brother Bing's place at Hayden Lake, Idaho.
Hey, hasn't Bing a place at Pebble Beach, too?
Yeah, he's got homes here in Hayden Lake, Pebble Beach, Elko, Nevada, and Palm Springs.
Gosh, 5 homes.
Yeah. Gee, when Bing sings Come On to My House, you don't know which way to go.
I can believe that.
Oh, hello, Bob.
Hi, Mary.
Jack, you better board your plane. They're loading now.
I haven't got my ticket yet.
Well, come on, you better hurry. The ticket office is over here.
Okay.
Attention, please. Attention. Flying saucer from Jupiter, Mars, and Venus, now arriving on runway 6. Flying saucer now arriving on runway 6. Clumsy pilot.
You know, Mary, as soon as I arrive in Dallas, I'll call you up and let you know exactly.
Hi, Rube.
Huh? Oh, hello. Well, are you going away?
No, I'm waiting for my wife. She's coming in from San Diego.
Well, nice to see. How are things on your farm in Calabasas?
Oh, pretty good. Bought some milking machines last week, but I'm afraid I'll have to get rid of them.
Why?
My cows like the personal touch. My corn is doing great, and my beans are sure growing. Oh, here comes my wife now. Hello, honey.
Hello, dear.
Honey, I want you to meet a friend of mine. This is Jack Benny. Mr. Benny, this is my wife.
Hello, Mr. Benny. I'm so pleased to meet you.
This is your wife?
Yep. Ain't as big a hick as you thought I was.
No, I guess not.
Gotta be running along. So long, Rube.
So long.
Jack, you better hurry and get your ticket. There's the ticket clerk over there.
Oh, no.
Why? What's the matter?
Look who the clerk is. It's the guy I always have trouble with.
Oh, Jack, look.
What?
Jack, maybe if you try being nice to him, he'll be nice to you.
What'd you say, Mary?
If you try being nice to him, he'll be nice to you.
Do you... Gee, I don't know. You really think so?
Well, sure. Go ahead. Be nice to him.
Okay. Oh, clerk. Clerk? How do you do, clerk? How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine, too, thank you.
You're certainly looking well. As a matter of fact, I've never seen you look better.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you. Lovely weather today, isn't it?
Yes. It seems that lately we've been very fortunate with our weather.
That's right, that's right. By the way, clerk, I'd like to fly to Dallas.
So would I, now that you're here.
Look, don't you have a plane leaving for Dallas in a few minutes?
That's right. It's a non-stop flight. We also have one that makes a few stops between here and Dallas and is quite a bit cheaper.
Oh, really? How many stops does that plane make?
982.
980? What kind of a plane is that?
It's a DC pogo stick.
Now cut that out. Look, I want to take the next plane to Dallas.
Well, let's see if there are any openings. Oh, yes, there's a room on a plane leaving in 3 minutes. It's flight 55. Here's your ticket.
Thank you. Now, look, as long as I'm here, I'll be coming back from Dallas the 30th of June. Then I have to go up to Portland, Oregon, where I open my show on July 1st. So I might as well buy my ticket now for Portland.
Very well. I can get you on flight 63, which makes one stop at Reno.
Well, that sounds all right. How long does the plane stop at Reno?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
The pilot is getting a divorce.
Look, never mind. I'll make those arrangements when I come back.
Attention, please. Flight number 55 now getting ready to leave for Dallas, Texas.
Jack, hurry. That's your plane.
Yeah, I better get going. Well, goodbye, Mary.
Bye, Jack.
Wait a minute. Ain't you even going to kiss me goodbye?
Oh, sure.
There, Mary. How was that?
Hiya, Rube.
All right. Goodbye, Mary.
Bye, Jack. Have a good time.
Goodbye.
June 6, 1954, Jack Benny on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
It's a big, bold story set in the heartland of America, along the edge of Lonely Mountain. I am open for business. And so Big William Gorgon, played by handsome Michael James, fiercely set down his Midwest roots.
Oh, darling, we're going to sell bathrobes and raise chickens.
Set his adoring wife, Wilhelmina, portrayed by beautiful Glenda Olsen.
Oh, I love our store, Will.
But they hadn't counted on Big Ralph's bathrobes and cattle store coming to town.
Oh, Will, what will we we do, Will?
Will had a plan, a way of facing off against tough Big Ralph. We're going to change the face of America. We're going to advertise.
For what?
The print, broadcasting, and bus benches. We're going to tell people who we are and where we are.
What's a bus?
And so the story of how one man brought advertising to the heartland.
Oh, will it work?
It will. Well, my name ain't Will, Wilhelmina. You got to advertise or we'll die. And so the greatest marketing story of all time is here. Advertise or die, Dopey.
Put your message on this national advertising platform. Email classicradiotheater@gmail.com. classicradiotheater@gmail.com. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back to June 6, 1936, an episode of The Adventures of Jungle Jim.
Last week, the Reverend Chalmers made an attempt to find out what was going on inside the mysterious cabin 307. The Reverend hoped Lin Fu would invite him and his daughter to take tiffin. But the wily Chinese excused himself after being introduced, and instead of writing letters as he said he was going to do, attempted to communicate with the Purple Triangle headquarters by radio. Meanwhile, the American consul asked Jungle Jim to capture Derek Bluger, a renegade American and head of the Purple Triangle gang. The thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue our story. On the steamer bound for Shanghai, we find Lin Fu and his servant trying to establish radio contact with the Purple Triangle headquarters.
XRVK, calling headquarters. XRVK, calling headquarters. It's most peculiar headquarters not receiving our call.
Lin Fu, it could not be that they have been captured?
Our superior taken captive? Unbelievable.
Yes, Lin Fu, and yet someone might be clever enough to find location of headquarters?
Only one who might have found it is unable to do so.
Jungle Jim Bradley?
Yes, my friend. Jungle Jim Bradley is only brilliant American except Masked Prince, our superior. I look outside, my friend, and see if fool missionary and daughter are still out there.
Yes, Lin Fu.
Well, do you see them?
Yes, Lin Fu. Missionary and daughter still there.
Why could they not pick some other place to sit? Oh, it cannot be helped. We must take chance.
What are you going to do?
You will establish contact by key signal, my friend. Send out call letters at once.
Yes, Lin Fu.
While you are trying for contact, I will read you message. Oh, unable to reach headquarters by radio, telephone. Missionary and daughter show unusual interest in me. Believe suspicions have been aroused. Conclude, no further need bothering with girl, since Jungle Jim Bradley is dead. Awaiting orders. Here is message. You will send it in code 32 at once.
Very sorry. Headquarters have not answered yet.
What? Try them again. They must answer.
Yes, Lin Fu.
If headquarters do not give us orders, we cannot know what to do when we reach Shanghai. Are you certain wavelength is right, my friend? Are you using right channel?
Yes, Lin Fu.
Then keep trying for contact. This message must reach headquarters, or we are lost.
I tell you, my dear, I could take my oath that porthole in cabin 307 opened a little and was closed again.
We're being spied upon.
It looks that way, Lynn.
Oh, what shall we do, Dad?
Nothing, for the present. They evidently were anxious to see if we were still here before trying something. Oh, I wish we could have a look inside that cabin. I thought I heard a humming noise coming from it a few minutes ago.
Dad, you don't suppose they're making a bomb to blow up the ship?
It hardly seems likely that they'd do anything as drastic as wrecking the ship. It's owned by a British line, not a Chinese. And I have a feeling our friends in cabin 307 are only interested in matters pertaining to their own country.
I wish we could be sure that Jungle Jim is still alive.
So do I.
We could send him a wireless message to meet us at the boat.
That's an idea, my daughter. Your mother can ask the American consul about Jim. And as soon as we find out something definite about Lin Fu and his bulbous-eyed companion, we'll do as you suggest.
That brings us back to the same old problem.
Yes.
How are we going to get inside cabin 307?
It doesn't look as if we were going to get in by invitation, my dear. Why, yes, of course. Why didn't I think of that before?
Think of what, Dad?
I think I've found the way out of our difficulty. Help me down to our cabin, my dear, and send for the purser.
Purser?
Come in, Purser, come in.
Good afternoon, sir. What can I do for you, sir?
Purser, I've just been looking over a diagram of the cabins on board this boat, and I find a more suitable location than this cabin that I have. Could I be changed over?
Right, sir. We'd be glad to change you over, if the cabin you have in mind is unoccupied.
Yes, if it's unoccupied, of course.
Right, sir. What's the number of it, sir?
Cabin 308. Is it empty, Purser?
308. Yes. Then let's have a look on my list. 308. According to my record, sir, cabin 308 is unoccupied.
That's good. Oh, wait a moment. On the diagram, it looks as if there was a door leading into the next cabin, number 307.
Oh, that's quite all right, sir. That door is locked, except when the 2 cabins are reserved as a suite, sir.
Oh, I see. But on which side of the door is the lock? 307 or 308?
The lock is in cabin 308, sir.
Ah, that makes me feel better, Purser. Will you arrange to have our luggage transferred as soon as possible?
Right you are, sir. I'll have it done immediately.
Thank you.
Oh, Dad, what a clever idea.
So far, so good, Lynn. If we can get moved into cabin 308 without the Chinese knowing who their neighbors are, it won't be long before we'll know what the mysterious Lin Poo is being so mysterious about.
Meanwhile, at the Shanghai airport, Jungle Jim returns to find Kolu guarding Lil's plane alone.
Say, Kolu, where's Shanghai Lil?
Batwoman go to hotel, Tuan Jim.
But I thought she was going to stay here and tune up her motor until I came back.
White Missy see man, she no want meet, Tuan Jim. White Missy run.
Lil ran away from a man?
Kolu tell true. White Missy run. Say she meet you hotel.
Okay. We'll go tell the manager to roll Lil's plane into a hangar for us. Then we'll go up to the hotel.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Bradley.
Tuan Jim, yellow face call.
Where?
Mr. Bradley, wait, please.
Oh, I wonder who he...
Please excuse unceremonious greeting, Mr. Bradley. Manager of airport pointing you out to me. I am Chung.
Glad to know you, Chung. This is my boy, Kolu. Well, Chung, the American consul told me that you're to be my guide on this expedition.
Quite so, Mr. Bradley. Have been on your hotel, but informed should find you here.
I was just going to give orders about the care of this plane, then go up to the hotel. I suppose you want to make plans. Well, Chung, when do you propose we shove off?
Will be advisable start quickly as possible, Mr. Bradley.
Now, look here. If we're going to get along, you'll have to quit calling me Mr. Bradley. Just make it Jim.
Quite so. It is most gracious of you giving that permission.
Well, now that we've got that settled, and since you want to start as soon as possible, how about tonight?
Tonight, most agreeable, Jim. We'll go at once. Make 3 reservations on Peking Express for us.
Fine. And while you're doing that, Kolu.
Yes, Tuan Jim.
You pack up our things and take them to the train. I've got a little something to settle before I leave Shanghai.
Before setting out on his dangerous mission to nip a budding revolution, Jim stops to bid farewell to Lily DeVril.
Help yourself to a drink, Jim. There's the makings on the table.
Thanks, Lil. Don't mind if I do. Say, Kolu tells me you ran away from a man this afternoon down at the airport. Who was he? Another one of our Purple Triangle gang?
It was someone I didn't care to meet. Let it go at that. So you're leaving Shanghai?
Yep. Tonight.
I'll miss you, Jim.
Well, to tell you the truth, Lil, I'm going to miss you, too.
Oh.
We had a swell trip over from Burawani, and I'm grateful to you for getting me here so quickly and safely.
Oh, forget it, Jim. Forget everything, but don't forget that I love you.
You don't give me a chance to forget that.
Well, this time it may be different. I don't know when we'll be seeing each other again. I don't want it to be a case of out of sight, out of mind.
Well, you know what they say, Lil. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Of somebody else. Why don't you finish the quotation?
I never heard it that way. Oh, Lil, before I go, I wish you'd clear up this mystery about yourself.
Very well, Jim. There's not much to clear up, really. Once upon a time, that's the way stories begin, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Once upon a time, I thought I was in love. I know now that I wasn't truly in love, but this man swept me off my feet with a picture of the future he painted for me. A future of wealth and power.
Well, Lil, that sounds like the Bat Kingdom.
That's right, Jim. It was. Part of this man's scheme. I went to Malaysia for him, to trick the natives into thinking I was a goddess, so that I could steal their gold.
That's how I met you.
Yes, Jim. And you foiled my mad scheme.
You mean the Reverend Chalmers did?
Oh, no. It was you. You made me realize how fine and noble a man can be. I can confess it now, Jim. You, and not the Reverend, made me despise myself.
Lil, why?
No, don't say anything. I'm in the mood for getting this off my chest. You've kept asking me how I knew all about the Purple Triangle gang. Well, now I'll tell you. The man I was helping wanted that gold from Malaysia to finance his plan to bring China under the rule of the Purple Triangle.
Well, I'll be doggone. That's the man I was supposed...
Yes, I know. The man you're going to capture.
You know? Is his name Derek Bluger?
Yes. I hope you get him, Jim.
Oh, boy, I'll do my darndest.
Oh, but please be careful. Derek Bluger is a killer. He'll stop at nothing to keep his freedom and put the Purple Triangle organization in power.
Just you leave him to me.
I shall. But I hate to leave you to him.
Don't you worry about me. Oh, say, is that the time? Why, I've got to be shoving off.
Jim, now that I've confessed everything about myself, will you do something for me?
What, Lil?
Will you kiss me goodbye?
Not goodbye, but au revoir. Lil, I consider it a privilege to kiss a woman like you.
Late that night on the northbound train, Jim, Kolo, and Chung, the Chinese government agent, lay their plans.
You've got everything stowed away, Kolo?
Yes, it one, Jim. Kolo fixed.
Good. We're off. And only Chung knows where.
Quite so. I alone know where Purple Triangle headquarters located.
Well, what's our plan of attack?
We'll show you on map. We will travel on train to Kalgan, up here. When get to Kalgan, we'll pick up trail of man we after. Derek Bluger.
Now for the big adventure of the Purple Triangle headquarters and the trail of Derek Bluger. The dramatization of the adventures of Jungle Jim you have just heard was based on incidents appearing in the Comic Weekly, the big Comic Weekly distributed with your Hearst Sunday newspaper everywhere. In the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest supplement of humor and adventure, you will find a feature called Heroes of American History that picturizes in full colors the careers of great men and women in the story of our country. There are also all of the famous characters who live in the world of colored pictures, including Skippy, Sentinel Louie, Bringing Up Father, Barney Google, Toots and Casper, and the Katzenjammer Kids. Don't forget our date, next week, same time, same station, for a continuation of the adventures of Jungle Jim.
The dramatization's mostly meant to sell Sunday newspapers. The Adventures of Jungle Jim, June 6, 1936, and that new innovation, color comics. That was really rather new in 1936. Thank you so much for joining us here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Just a reminder that if you miss a day on this station, you don't have to miss a single show. Our shows are available through iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Overcast, Amazon, all sorts of places. Just search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. That's Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Or even easier, just go to my webpage, classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you can stream our shows on demand. You can learn more about classic radio collecting. You can contact me there, find all our social media links. And you can even buy me a Dr. Pepper if you want to. I know it's supposed to be buy me a coffee, but I don't drink coffee, so buy me a Dr. Pepper. Cheers. And always thank this radio station, support their advertisers. It's their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite station. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.